Hey guys, today we're taking a look at my Gusto deck. Now Gustos are an archetype that are all about recycling and summoning from the deck. They allow themselves to be destroyed by battle so they can just keep resummoning and just make synchro plays very easily just because they keep bringing those monsters out over and over again. And then, based on the fact that they're getting destroyed, they can recycle and activate effects and stuff like that. So very interesting archetype and just allows you to keep going through your cards repeatedly to make those plays and bring out synchros. So first off, we're going to have 3 Winda. So Winda, just one of the Gustos that lets you special summon Gusto tuners, which obviously makes the deck flow really well. Then Gusto Gulldo, so one of the tuners, just allowing you to obviously make your synchro plays, but again, you can keep special summoning when that card gets sent to the graveyard. And then Gusto Egul, kind of like the reverse of Winda, allowing you to special summon the non-tuner Gustos. So you go between them and get what you need. And then Musto. So Musto, a nice beater in the deck, helping you with attack because a lot of the Gustos are very weak. But really nicely, you have something to deal with effects. So this will make use of the stuff in the graveyard and keep your opponent's effects from being able to activate, which is very nice. And then to Kamui, just allowing you to special summon Gusto tuners, again very much like most of the deck. And then to Gusto Thunbolt, so just another way to keep special summoning those Gusto monsters, which is very nice. This can also be used in some other decks as well, which is interesting. And then to Junk Synchrons, I really like this in this deck because making like level 5 plays is really good and a big part of the deck, so I definitely like having this. And then one Reeze. Reeze can be very helpful to annoy your opponent and also make plays, so it can be very nice. Obviously a 1900 attack with a single tribute is kind of annoying, but not hard to get out with the continual special summoning that we're doing. And then one Caam, just helping us get some draw power in this deck and recycling our Gustos, which is how the deck is meant to work. For the spells, we're going to be running 3 Emergency Teleport, just way too good for this deck, making your plays for you. 3 MST, 2 Creature Swap, again really nice in this deck, specifically with these low attack monsters and how you want to activate your plays. And again, that gives you access to a variety of levels and things you could do because of that. And then 2 Miracle Synchro Fusion. When you're using Psychic Synchro monsters, this is a pretty good choice to bring out Axon, which I'll talk about in the extra deck. And then 2 Quill Pen of Gulldos, just helping us bounce cards. Bouncing things is really good nowadays, so definitely good to have something like this. Then 1 Dark Hole. In a synchro-based deck, Mind Control, always a really great choice. And then Staple Traps, not too much to say there. So now for the extra deck. Most Gustos I don't think really run many XYZs or any. I'm just throwing in Volcasaurus for now because I've seen that with the amount of 5-star plays you do, it could be nice to have access to something like this, but it's up to you and just a choice I'm throwing in here for now. For the Synchros, we're going to have 1 Mistbird, definitely nice to have a card like this. And then, the Gusto Synchros, Degusto Falcos can be nice to boost your monster's attack. Degusto Gulldo is really nice to annoy your opponent. Magical Android with a deck that can get bonuses from the fact that they have Psychic Synchros in the graveyard can be nice. 1 Catastor. 2 Sphreez. Sphreez is a very powerful card just through battle. Annoying your opponent like crazy, kind of like Yugioh in a way. So it can be very annoying for your opponent, and being able to recycle Gustos on top of it is very nice. And then 1 Eguls, just very powerful that you can get this out with 7 stars. Also Black Rose, Scrap Dragon, Stardust, and Crimson Blader. 8 stars aren't as common, but we definitely can make them. I might have too many in this deck, but I really like having the options to bring out different ones, so it's up to you. But obviously, you want to focus on those Gusto Synchros and the power that can come from them. And with the recycling, you can get them out a lot, so it can be very interesting. And obviously, the fact that once they're in the graveyard, that's even better for you because you can activate Miracle Synchro Fusion to bring out Axon Kicker, who is just a very powerful card. Has 3 really nice effects that he can't be destroyed by card effects. He can do piercing and he can gain life points for you, which is really strong. Really good card to have. The only annoying thing is that he's at 2900, so just under a lot of monsters, but still very strong. So now for the side deck, if you haven't seen a video before of mine, the side decks in my videos are kind of just, recommended cards that can also work with the deck. These aren't meant to be cards for matches, I just want you to think about these cards when you're building your own, Gusto deck, not meant to be a true side deck. So there is 1 OCG Gusto card right now, Pirikia, which is kind of like Junk Synchron to help you special summon. So it can be really interesting, especially because its effect activates when it's also special summoned. So an interesting card, I might run it when it comes out in TCG. You could definitely run this deck with a Psychic Engine if you want, more than I'm doing now, so that you can make other additional plays with Gustos. But I'm making more of a pure Gusto deck, not completely, but more of one. You can run Tempest, kind of runs in the way of what you're doing, you know, because you're banishing Gustos, but can make additional plays for you. You can run Effect Veiler, another way to get out Synchros, another way to deal with effects. You can run more Dark, even in addition with the Dark we're running. You can run like Dark Simorg and make 7-star XYZ's plays and lock down your opponent, bring out Dracosac, things like that. You can also run, you know, other XYZs like Zen Mains, because we do have a good amount of 3-stars, but the levels are somewhat all over the place, so it's up to you. There's other spells you can definitely use for this deck, 1-for-1, getting out your Egul so you can make plays. Soul Charge, you're going to have a lot of stuff in the graveyard, so with Soul Charge you can make big plays. It's up to you if you want to go for this. Can be very interesting. Contact with Gusto, it's a lot like Quill Pen, but it's just kind of different that it destroys things. I think bouncing is more important than destroying nowadays, but you guys will have to let me know what you think of that. You can run, you know, run this in addition to Quill Pen as well if you want. You can run Spiritual Wind Art, so you can also kind of bounce things back to the bottom of the deck, which can be very powerful. There's some other Gusto traps that I'm not that interested in. Whirlwind and Blessings, just helping you special summon, and Dust Storm, just kind of like a trap stun, but not really that interested in it. And Call the Haunted can be really good for this deck, choosing whatever you need from the graveyard to make additional plays. Call the Haunted, probably the closest one I was considering to putting in this deck. And you could put it in if you want in place of the other traps, or maybe, you know, 1 or 2 of the monsters if you want. So that's my Gusto deck. Again, just a deck that recycles itself, swarms Synchros, can do a lot of really great effects and annoy your opponent. So definitely very fun, very weird, very weak at first, but you start to see the potential once you start to play it and see the amount of plays that it can do. But if you guys have your own Gusto decks, you could post below, let me know in the comments. You could talk about what cards you use. Maybe there's some cards I didn't think about, so that could be really great. Maybe there's some additions I can make or changes that I didn't think about. But that's about it for me. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later.